I am just recording this so we have this for later because this is super fun. So I hope you guys are doing good. Happy Sunday. So I am live with Tara and we wanted to hop on here. We're going to be making smoothies while we do this to like just keep it fun. And we wanted to answer the questions that you guys submitted over to us. We put up some polls and some kind of like questions. And I'm going to just go ahead and start. We got some really good questions. Some of them are pretty private and intimate, but we're going to give it a shot. So I literally have this bowl here with the ones that were sent to me, and then she has some that were sent to her. So what advice do you have for your 16-year-old self?
Ooh.
Girl, no. Honestly, I would say whatever you are being made fun of, like whatever that like unique, weird, quirky thing that everyone is like kind of finds odd, that's your magic. Like hold on to that, and that's going to be the thing that you turn into like a career, or that's going to have you helping a lot of people. So I think this is not even to me, but to like anyone in that age frame. If you guys are feeling like you're in the outer circle, you're not accepted or whatever it is, like that thing is your magic. So do not lose it. Do not hide it. And I promise you, when you get out of high school and you are like in your 20s, in your 30s, it is going to be the thing that will have you stand out from everybody else. So yeah, keep your magic.
I love that. I wish I had you around to tell me that when I was 16.
I'm
being picked on. I really wish that would have been really helpful back then.
So which one do you
be careful with this cherry juice, man. It like stains everything. Okay. Oh, when did you get into boxing and why? Okay, I got into boxing in like 2014. I always wanted to do it, and my mom would never let me do it. My brothers did it when I was little. And I always was trying to find that thing that everyone was talking about that made them feel like so like centered and like, you know, like good after. And I used to run a lot, and that didn't do it for me. And I tried yoga a lot, and I just was like, wow, I'm really not like, this is not for me. And I really tried to get into yoga, and then I tried boxing. And I think because you have to be so mindful of like your whole body while you're doing it in order to be like good at it, or get like the, if you're being like properly trained, I think that it kind of like, without you realizing it, forces you to shut everything out, like all of the nonsense and the head trash and the things you got to do, and like, just all the things. I think that's why I felt so like rested and like reset afterwards. And it's just fun. Like, so yeah, that's why.
I took a boxing class one time. I almost puked, passed out. I was like, I think I need to build up to this. This was prior to me like getting into health and wellness and like working out, but oh my gosh, it was so intense. So girl, I bow down, because
thank you.
Definitely feel that it's just a lot.
It's so fun. Sometimes I kick my own butt.
All right. So what is your dream job? I'm honestly living my dream job. Finally. On it, you guys hear me talk about interior design all the time. So interior design is definitely my passion. It was always, I was the kid that moved their room around like every single 2 weeks.
Yes.
My mom
Yes.
comes again. I'm like, yes, the bed needs to go on this side. And I would redo the room. And I loved it. And I would do it alone. And she'd be like, you moved all this furniture by yourself? And, I'm like 11. And
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm moving the room around. So I always knew that I had this passion for that, and also just like creating spaces for people. It was so fulfilling to like see someone. I would like always tell friends, can I come help you clean your room, because it was like the excitement of taking this mess and turning it into something beautiful, and then they'd just be like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. So yeah, love that. And then obviously getting into health and wellness has become this second passion for me. And now being able to do both of them side by side, complete dream. I'm living my dream. So that's my dream job for sure.
Girl, we literally would have been two little nerdy peas in a pod when we were little.
Like, come help me clean today.
Oh man, I used to just like take all my stuff off of my shelves so that I could like reorganize it and rearrange it and put it back
Yes.
like all the time. Weirdo. What made you decide to cut your hair? I've had long hair like my whole life. It's funny, I'm going through like old pictures and I had like short hair in like 4th grade. But and it was like so bad. Like but because I was like just a tomboy and I just like it was bad. But I have always wanted to cut it short. And yeah, I just, I was like, you know what? I had always had people going, oh, don't cut it. It's so pretty. It's so pretty long. Don't cut it. And then I realized like I was keeping it long, not because I wanted to keep it long, but because other people thought it was really beautiful long. And it was, I've never dyed my hair. I've never like done anything to it. And so I just was like, you know what? I want to cut my hair. So I'm just going to rock it. So I just cut it because I wanted to.
I love your short hair.
Simple as that. Thank you. I'm rocking it. I'm like really digging it.
Yeah, I love it. I feel you though. I had short hair, like the straight Victoria Beckham bob for like a while, and everyone loved it. But then that whole growing out process, and then once it got long again, I was like, I'll never cut my hair again.
Yeah, like totally opposite.
So, but I had like my moment that I was like, okay, I did it, and
yeah.
But you did it for the right reasons. I did it because of a breakup. I was like, chop it all off. I want to be someone new. And I'm like,
yeah.
What did I do? So
yeah,
it is what it is. That was years ago. Okay, I'm going to answer this one. Then I'm going to blend my shake. So I'm going to put it on mute for a second. But
okay.
What is your favorite type of workout? So I love HIIT workouts, especially right now during the quarantine, because I can find so many of them on YouTube. They're just really easy. And I've always had like a curvier body, and one that I like to keep. Like I don't want to lose my curves. So I love that it's like this, incorporation of like some weight training, tons of squats, lunges, things like that. And it just works really well for my body type. So I'm obsessed with HIIT workouts. The class I've been doing on the Saturday mornings is pretty much a HIIT training. The girls this morning killed it. Proud of you guys. But yeah, they're like, oh my gosh, another squat. Yes, more squats. All the abs.
Get to it. Yeah.
So yeah, HIIT workouts for sure.
That's really good. You actually just got me into those with what's her
video
beauty
on
Heather,
YouTube?
Heather Robertson. Yeah. Yeah, those. Yeah,
I love those. Okay,
I'm
gonna
mute.
mute.
I'll answer another one.
Okay.
How many days a week do you work out? I work out 6 days a week. In the mornings after I do my morning routine, I'll do a 20-30 minute workout and do the rest of my routine in the morning. It's kind of just like gets me ready for the day. I'm going to just read another one because she's still blending. What's your favorite Arbonne product you can't live without? Fizz. Any of us would say that. Fizz is delicious It's a really good source of energy. It's filled with antioxidants and B vitamins and guarana and green tea extract, and they're just so good. And then you're also getting a great water intake as well. So like fizz 2 a day, every day, no matter what day of week it is. That's it. I'm gonna mute now and blend mine, and you can. I,
Okay.
I read two
Uh,
questions.
oh, okay, awesome. So really quick, I'm doing, this is blackberries, strawberries, and 2 scoops of vanilla protein, and an entire avocado just as like a recovery shake because I did work out this morning, ice, and I just did water because I'm actually out of almond milk. And I'm not even gonna be able to taste the avocado. It looks amazing. Cannot wait. It's probably gonna taste so good. So let me get to next question here. Best relationship advice. Well, I actually have really good relationship advice, even though I'm not in a relationship. But best relationship advice is you are not responsible for anybody else's happiness. So this goes for men or women. If you are currently in a situation that you feel the person you are with needs you to make them happy, like they are waking up in like a mood, and it's kind of like up to you every day to be like, what do you want to do? You want to do something? What do you want to eat? Like, and you're constantly trying to get them into a better mood. That is not your responsibility. People are supposed to be responsible for their own happiness, and they're supposed to just be an addition to your own happiness. So this is something that I had to learn because I thought you were responsible for, kind of making your partner happy. And I realized that is not the case. What happens is you drain yourself of your own happiness the entire time you're trying to cater to this other person. And then you have a lot of animosity that is created. And once that is created and that tension is in the relationship, it falls apart. So you are absolutely not responsible for anyone else's happiness. You are not responsible to get anyone to where they need to be in life. You are not responsible for them to get out of bed in the morning. Like, they should be doing all of these things on their own. And you are just an addition to a very happy life that they've already created. So that would be my best relationship advice.
I love that. Cheers.
Cheers. Where you at? Where my man at? No.
Cheers to your man, wherever he is.
I keep it to knows how to make a smoothie. No. Okay.
Oh, that's so good. I made chocolate protein. Oh, that's so good. Chocolate protein. This oat milk that I just tried, which is delicious. It's like a creamy version of it. So good. Organic dark cherries and like a handful of spinach.
Ooh, dark cherries. I need to try that. I love cherries.
How do you do your eyeliner like that? First of all, I'm not wearing eyeliner right now, but when I do my eyeliner, when I like do my face, first of all, I got to shout out to Denzer, my BFF, because he taught me every single thing that I know about makeup, because I did not know anything for the longest time. And that was just like me practicing over and over and over and over again. And then when I like got good makeup, when I slowly was like running out of the stuff that I always used, I just replaced it with Arbonne makeup. And so when I like learned the value of like good makeup, and like it lasts all day long and it doesn't crease, and it's like, super pigmented. So it's like, it like stays all day and like just is like, brings out your eyes. And like you had that red color on the other day that was just like, I was like, girl, because it like brings out your beautiful eyes. And, it's just like, it became like a fun thing for me. And so it's just practice, like just doing it over and over and over again is how you can just, bust out a look in like, 15 minutes when you need to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I love makeup. It's like such a creative outlet in a way.
Mm-hmm.
There's really no way to do it wrong. Like if the eyeliner is a little thicker that day, it's a little thicker, it's like not a big deal. But yeah, I remember my first like few attempts with a winged eyeliner. It was just a lot of Q-tips. And I
Yeah.
was licking. I was
They
like,
were
my
cousins, they
hands
were not
all
sisters. Yeah.
yeah, it all worked out.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Are you still at Sony? So I want to make sure it's clear. I never worked for Sony. So I just want that to be clear because I don't want it to be misrepresented. But I actually worked for an on-site vendor. And so I worked through them, but was on site at Sony. But very, very incorporated into their business and their company. So it did feel like I worked at Sony, honestly. But yes, I did report into Sony every single day for my job. But no, I don't. So I recently decided at the end of the year, December 31st of 2020 was actually my last day at my corporate job. And yay, love it. It feels amazing. It feels so surreal still to wake up in the morning and I'm like, I don't have to answer not one email about that
So
job,
cool.
or
Yeah.
it's just like everything on my terms. So I'm not there. Still love everyone that I used to work with. I think I'm friends with a lot of people still on Facebook and Instagram. And once the lot reopens, like definitely looking forward to doing lunches and stuff like that. But no, I left to pursue my dreams. And so that's where I'm at.
Love that. How many more questions do you have?
3. Do you
Okay, I have
want to
2.
answer? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Why did you move back from Maui?
Hi.
Everybody,
Why
okay, I
would
said
you
this.
go on?
Yeah. everybody, I joke because I'm like, I went from the Pacific Ocean to the Passaic River because it's like right across from like, and anybody that's from here knows that that does not smell very nice. So
Not equal.
you just have to kind of like close your eyes and just like listen to the water, like, like, but no, it was time. My sister-in-law at the time was like, when we wound up actually moving, she was 33 weeks pregnant with twins. And my grandma, who's like one of the most important females in my whole life, she was super sick. She got sick like really quickly, really suddenly. And, we just were like, yeah, we need to go back and like spend time with her because, you can't get memories back. You have to. So I don't know how we'll never know how we did it because we bought tickets the next day. We packed all our stuff up in 2 weeks. We sold everything that we possibly could in 2 weeks because we didn't want to ship it. We put our stuff, like, it was an insane circus of like orchestrating like times and like people coming to the house to buy stuff and look at stuff and like packing our stuff and like, it was insane. And it's so cool like that we were able to kind of like work together and like just make it happen because we really needed to. And so we moved back and then I was home for like, I don't know, 3 weeks. And my one brother had his one baby. My other brother had his baby a couple minutes after the first one. Then my grandma passed away the next day. I bought a car on August 1st. I moved to this apartment on August 1st. And then my grandma passed the next day. And then the twins were born the next weekend. So it was just like we were supposed to be here, and so and we wanted all the cousins to like the new babies that are cousins to grow up together. And so it was going to happen eventually. It was just time. I was done with my journey on Maui and it was time to come back here and just like start a new journey. So, it was just time. And I miss the breeze and I miss going to the beach sometimes, but like, I really don't, like, I'm here and I'm like having a new experience here. Like there's no way you could possibly compare this to Maui. So there's no like comparing or anything like that, which like helps with the missing thing. But, I'm happy where I'm at,
Yeah, your family's first. I mean, yeah, God
Yeah.
really hit the fast forward speed button for you. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And we
crazy.
just rolled with it.
But
Yeah.
talk about timing, and it just sounds like it worked out perfectly. And then you probably just like sat down and were like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. I know my cousin was like, I said something the other day. I'm like, no, do you remember in August? And she was like, what was August? August happened because it like all this stuff just like happened and like, then before you know it, the month was over and like we were like, what happened? Like it was like so funny. You just have to laugh.
I didn't even know that story. I didn't know that it was like a 2-week little like
Hmm.
pack and go. That's
My
insane.
God, it was so intense. I cried for like 2 weeks straight, dude.
Oh.
Like it was so emotional.
Yeah, I'm sure you hadn't
You know?
slept either, so it's like
No.
you're
Yeah.
just exhausted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so why do you still use Arbonne? Why do you not? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. So I still use Arbonne because I feel amazing. I found something that works for my body. Something that my digestive system agrees with for the first time in my entire life, and I I don't believe in trying to fix things that are not broken. So it's not broken. So I'm gonna continue using it, and I don't see it ever being broken. So that is why I still use Arbonne because I'm obsessed.
Same. I'll never not use it
I can't
in my whole
imagine.
life. Yeah. All right. Last question. I hate this question. Are you single? I would like to start off by saying it's none of your damn business. No, I'm just kidding. And I don't see why it matters, but people like to know. I'm also like super private person and like, but no, I'm not single. So there.
Her DMs. She's not single.
I know. Yeah, no.
Yeah, and I think that it's a question that a lot of people, especially right now, or just in life, it's like we get so protective of what's ours and what we cherish. And so we've been kind of trained now by society that like you just don't expose certain things because it causes like threat in a way.
Yeah.
It shouldn't feel that way. Like it should feel the opposite, that you like want to expose something that means so much to you, or expose a person that obviously has like made an impact in your life, and people should be happy. um
Yeah.
but I think there's been such a tainted impression of relationships that
Hmm.
a lot of times people are like, oh, she in a relationship now, that shit ain't gonna last. It's like,
Or
dang.
like, like people just, I don't know, people just can't hang, Jen. So,
Yeah.
there's people just that are not uh gonna be happy for you no matter what you do. Like you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, and vice versa, like you said last time. But yeah, I think when I'm all about, like, I like to share things with people, and I think when I'm comfortable with it, like I'll
Mhm.
share it with the world. It's still like really kind of a new thing. So
Yeah.
um yeah,
Well,
I agree with you though.
I'm single, so
Yeah. My
no,
girl Jen is single.
I'm
Girl,
single.
I was like the most single for like the longest time, and like, yeah,
Yeah.
over it.
Well, and I was in a very long-term relationship. So, over the last couple years, really just been enjoying like my singleness,
Yeah.
because it's just you're with someone for so long, and then you finally get a chance to just be by yourself, learn
Yeah.
yourself, like grow within yourself. So I mean, it's a blessing. Honestly, I don't ever
Yeah.
feel like, oh, I'm alone. I never feel lonely.
Yeah.
I never
I never felt like that either when I was single. I was like, this is kind of cool.
It's
Like, I
kind
don't
of
have to deal with
nice.
somebody else's ego or
Yeah,
their issues, or like, like, yeah,
exactly. Like I only
I'm
have to
cool.
care about my feelings. Wow.
Yeah.
No, but so one makeup item that you cannot live without.
Ooh,
That's a hard one because there's kind of two. Mascara for
yes.
sure.
Hmm.
And I'm not really into like doing lash extensions and stuff like that because I've tried them and then I was bald. So I no. So definitely mascara, but also eyebrow pencil because your girl looks
Yes.
crazy without eyebrows. So I do have them microbladed, but I still feel like every now and then, like I have to, when I have a full face and you know how that goes. It's like,
Mhm.
let me just put on a little foundation. Then you're like, oh, I can't have foundation without eyeshadow. And then you're like, oh shoot, I can't have eyeshadow without eyebrows. And before you
Yeah.
know it, literally 10 minutes later, you have like a full glam look and you're
Yeah.
on the lash and you're like, oh
Yes.
my gosh, like what happened? Like I was just trying to go to the grocery store. So uh,
Yeah.
it definitely, yeah, but mascara is my go-to and eyebrow pencil for sure.
Those would be mine as well. That's the ones that I
Yeah,
use like most of it. The CC cream though
I know.
is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. I
That's a
have it
hard
right
question.
now.
Yeah,
It's just no, like so light and just like,
I know.
yeah.
It's so good.
I
I
have,
never did the eyebrows or anything before I learned how to like do all this stuff, and I got like my first like eyebrow thing I ever bought was the eye gel or the eyebrow gel.
oh, huh.
And I freaking love it. I was like, why haven't I always been doing this? Like,
Right.
you know?
Right. Well, eyebrows was always like, so, I mean, back in the day, junior high, I remember my mom's best friend was like, whatever you do, do not touch your eyebrows. You have beautiful eyebrows. I was like, they're disgusting. They are so thick. I have a unibrow. I regret this.
Same.
And
I
she
see
was
it made fun of for it.
oh my gosh, she was like, don't touch them. And literally plucked all my eyebrows out.
Oh my
It
God.
was insane. Just the smallest little thin line for years and years and years. So then now they don't grow. I don't do anything with my
Oh,
eyebrows. I don't get them waxed. I don't get them threaded. They literally do
wow.
not grow. So I went through that whole phase of having like really thin eyebrows. And then once thick eyebrows came in, I'm like, you're kidding. Like, okay, now what am I gonna do? And so then I started filling them in. And thank God for microblading that this like became a thing because I really didn't want like a tattooed eyebrow.
Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
a solid thing. But my eyebrows were just so thin. But now, like looking back, I was looking through some like old photos, even on Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, my eyebrows used to be filled in so dark. And it was just like brows, like in every photo. And I'm like, oh shoot, why didn't anyone tell me? I looked so insane because it was just
Yeah.
like, I think I figured it out. I think I have kind of the formula down.
No, you're
It
like
takes
you're killing it. Yeah.
it takes practice, y'all.
Hmm.
It's not easy. So okay, I only have one more. And why Arbonne? So that's a really vague question, but I guess one that's easy for me to answer is just I have discovered a community for one. This is an example of that community. Never knew Tara before Arbonne. Um, and there's a community of people, like if you are feeling in any way lost, unmotivated, like not inspired, whatever it is, and you're just like, wow, I just like want that group, I'm looking for that group. Or maybe you're starting to look around your friends group and you're like, I'm outgrowing them, like they're not ambitious, they're not
Hmm.
doing much, and you feel like you're like the only one trying to hustle.
Yeah.
That's Arbonne community. We are all hustlers. And I think hustler
Yeah.
is mistermed sometimes, right? This is not hustler like schemey, like we're, doing whatever. This is like we're grind mode. We're like boss babes. Like we're trying to like make legacies for ourselves and for our families. So
Yes.
the business opportunity is something that I was not aware of, that I will never, ever, ever give up, and will continue to share because I've seen it, know it, believe in it, like have full faith that
It just makes too much sense. Like
yeah.
way too much sense.
Well, the problem is it makes too much sense that people think that it's fake, right? Because anything
Yeah.
too good, it sounds too good to be true, then people are
Hmm.
skeptical. And I get it. I was
Yeah.
skeptical at first too. But there are some things in life that are actually really good. And I think human nature, we get scared of things that are too good, right? It's
Yeah.
like the self-sabotage thing. Like if
Hmm.
things are going right, we figure out a way to make them bad. We figure out a way to like mess it up. We figure out a way to make it wrong.
Hmm.
And Arbonne has created a business model that is just right, period. Like
Yeah.
it just works. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's number one reason, why Arbonne, but not just that. I mean, imagine finding a company that you can be a part of and you also wholeheartedly believe in every single product that they have. So it's being able to talk with full confidence about what I use every single day and then never ever feel like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm like leading people wrong, or I can't believe I'm talking about something I don't believe in or that I don't use, the
Mm,
Beyonce, like, oh my God, L'Oreal, whatever, whatever. Like, she does not use L'Oreal shampoo, you guys. Like,
no way. She does. She has it in her budget to use whatever she wants. She's not picking that off the shelf. It's on the bottom of the shelf, the bottom shelf.
that's called a check, and yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and yes, there's a commission side to this business. And that's something that we're fully transparent about. This is our livelihood. This is how we support ourselves. This is what we choose to do for a career path. So there is a monetary like tag to it, but at the end of the day, we're real people using real things, and we're telling our real testimonial and story
Mhm.
about it. And we're not being like cut $1 million check and they're like, okay, you guys like post these things and promote about it. Like, we choose to do what we do. No one tells me say this or do this or post that. I choose to do that every single day. So um that would be my one. I guess this is probably a question both of us can answer, because yeah, why Arbonne for you?
Just to piggyback off what you said, I same thing. I was just always trying to find, like, through having a million jobs, you try and find what it is that your purpose is, or like what makes you feel good, what fits with, your identity and your, or if you're trying to, I think everybody's trying to like find their identity and their purpose. And like your job is usually part of that. The people you hang out with, the things that you do in your spare time, things that you read, whatever. And I just never, like, everything always just felt off. And it was just like a paycheck kind of thing, like just trying to get through the 2 weeks so I can get my check and like have my weekends. And I was just really burnt out. And this came along and I didn't have it in me to do another startup, and I just because starting up a whole company is really expensive, and it's really a lot of work, and I didn't want to do it ever again in my life. And so business wise, I was like, really? Because is this real? Like, and I like did my own research, like one of those people, and then I just was like, you know what? What if this does work? Like, what's the worst that's going to happen, and what if this works? So like just try it. And I mean, the 30 days to healthy living, like, not to be dramatic or anything, but that it like saved my life, because I was so depressed and really struggling with that my whole life, and it was like into my 20s, and like I just needed to change. And I did the 30 days, and I like actually started taking care of myself, and that started skyrocketed the whole self-care journey, and like just shifting and like creating my identity for myself, and like because I just did it later in the game than everybody else seemingly has. So um that's why it's, and like the community and the personal growth that came out of it that I had no idea that I needed, because I was good the way that I was.
Same.
um and like, all the personal growth, it just opened up like way too many doors for me to like not uh choose to have it in my life. So
Mhm. Oh my God. I
yeah.
agree. Yeah. I like
Yeah.
get emotional about it because I always, whenever I'm like, oh, it changed my life, right? And I'm like, that's such a strong statement, but
Yeah.
it's true. And
Yep.
so people are like, how? How could a 30-day challenge change your life? And I'm like, you don't get it. Like, until
It's
you,
education. Yeah, it's education. It's like there's it's so much. It's so much.
yeah.
Yeah, I learned so much. It was, and then like, yeah, I didn't know you. Like even 6 months ago, no idea who you were.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. And now we're
And now
like,
I
oh
get
my
to
God,
do
I
fun
can't wait
stuff
to
like
like
this.
meet. We've
I
never
know.
met in person, you guys. Like, this is like
Yeah.
legit. Like, we just FaceTime and like talk on the phone. We do our events together. We're looking forward to Vegas. Like, hopefully that
Yeah.
happens, knock on wood. and we'll get to
Yes,
meet for
yes,
the
yes.
first time. So we'll document like us running to each other. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 90 Day Fiance. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, I love it because it's just, again, yeah, this community of people that, oh my gosh, is so incredible, and just strong men and women that are just trying to just do the next best thing for themselves and for their families. And
So that they can like give back and like do
mhm,
things for other people. And like they're
mhm,
just all these people are just so like outside of their own selves,
mhm,
which is like, I always struggle and always had struggle in like friendships and relationships and stuff because people are like so like in their own head and I just don't operate like that. And it always caused problems. And
yeah.
so, like you said, like trying to like get people to like have a better day and like do things and it was just, it just had to change. And like it's such a treat and like a pleasure and an honor to be just rocking life alongside all this, you know, like-minded people that like want to like do things for others.
Mhm. I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, that's all
This
my
was super
questions.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was fun.
This is the kind of stuff that we do, guys. We literally
Yeah.
hop online, we just share, we just network. We socialize, we talk, we share our stories, and that's pretty much it. There's no like you have to do this by this time or hit this goal, or we work it on our terms, and
Mhm.
that's it. We have fun doing it. So if you guys have been watching this and you have questions that you want to submit to us, we would love to continue doing these. I've had like so much fun. We can do like smoothie Sundays and like just
I love that.
yeah, like create
It's
some
cute.
Q&A and just answer any questions that you guys have. So I hope you have a beautiful day, my friend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.